And then this is my oops, I forgot bed. So this is why I mark everything. Okay, so here we are, day 9. And I had to come out here and walk around to see what we have because it's time for dinner. And we have a lot of stuff growing in these beds. Some of it is ready to pick, some of it is still growing, and some I have to start again. So I figured I'd just walk you around a little bit and let you see what all we've got going on here. Way over here in this first bed, we had turnips growing, but we've pretty much cashed most of those now. So now we're patiently waiting for, we've got rutabagas, but we harvest from those greens just about every day. We also have, I believe, maybe some parsnips. I'd have to look just to be certain, but I'm pretty sure there might be some parsnips in there. And then in this next bed, we have a full bed of arugula. And this is where I think I've told you guys before that in my experience from doing this bed, next time what I'm going to do is just completely like take a little bit of soil off, scratch the surface and just scatter the arugula. And then I'm going to, you know, kind of top dress just a little bit with soil, because this seems to do really well growing up as just a huge, you know, cut and keep growing kind of crop. So that's what I'm going to do there. We had, I don't know if you remember, but a while back, Gizmo got into one of our beds and I had spinach planted there, but the spinach wasn't coming up because he got in there and just totally trashed the bed. So I went ahead and planted carrots on one side and beets on the other, and lo and behold, all of a sudden all of these spinach plants started popping up. So I didn't want to lose them, so I started transplanting them into other beds. So we have 3 separate beds of spinach coming up right now. In this bed, I haven't really done much yet. I really need to start transplanting some stuff that's growing that needs a little bit more space, because that's real estate that I haven't used yet. We have a whole bed here of garlic. There's a bed right behind me right here that is rainbow Swiss chard. And then this bed right here is purple lady bok choy, which I'm really excited about. I have a bed of lettuce, so I have Merlot lettuce and then butter crunch, and they're growing pretty well. We cut from those the other night. I don't know if you saw the bowl of taco, I guess it was chicken taco salad last night. That came from this bed. Funny thing, they tell you to grow peppermints and mints in a container because they'll take over. Well, we had some peppermint in here this past summer and thought we got it all out, which we didn't. We actually have some peppermint trying to grow up through the lettuce, so that's pretty cool. In this bed over here, I have peas trying to grow up the sides of the trellis, and I have a whole bunch of beets because we were hoping to be able to use those for a little bit of a sweetener. This whole bed is nothing but carrots. So let me walk over here, and this is all the stuff that's actually growing and ready to harvest. So over on this side, we have a whole bed of nothing but greens. There's some collards, but then there's a whole bunch of mustards. So I have some giant red mustard, and then I also have just regular mustard greens. Then this other bed, I have onions, which I have to start thinning out because they're starting to get big enough that I need to go ahead and do that. Now, the other stuff that I have that's growing right now, that I kind of did a first wave just to see what would happen with the frost, because I was very wary of putting anything in the ground with all of the different frosts that we've had lately. But we went ahead and started planting, so I have like 4 to 6 beds that are new growth. So like with this one, I put celery and also broccoli. So there's a bunch of different varieties of broccoli coming up, and a little bit, it looks like the celery's starting to pop up, but it takes a little bit longer. And then I've also got cauliflower, And then we have cabbage, and let's see, there's something else running around here. What else do I have? Cabbage and, oh, Brussels sprouts. So we have Brussels sprouts as well. And then over here in these small beds, I have a bunch of different radishes. So this first bed that I did was nothing but the Easter basket mix, I think is what it's called. So there's no telling what's in there. It's a bunch of different varieties. This one right here, though, I went ahead and picked different types of radishes, and we've got a whole bunch coming up through there. And those are really good. We've noticed being able to pick our dinner or pick our lunch. Those are really good. Even the tops of the radishes, when you cut those up and cut the radishes up and then saute them, they're actually really tasty. This bed right here is kale. It's pretty funny. I thought that one of the lines of kale did not come up, but then once I got to looking a little bit closer, it's actually a really dark purple, so it kind of blends in with the soil, so that's good. And then this is my oops, I forgot bed. So this is why I mark everything, because this bed I was so excited about planting because everything started coming up. I was so excited about planting, and I didn't mark that I had put bunching onions in this bed. So then I started to like prepare the soil, and then it occurred to me that I had already put seeds in this bed. So I went back through and tried to, you know, kind of move things back around, and well, we've got some popping up, but it's not as consistent as I'd like it to be. So the very last thing that I was saying about getting things going and start, you know, we have different stages. We have stuff that's grown and that's ready to harvest. We have stuff that's just starting to pop up. And then I also said that I'm going to start some more stuff. So this is what I have learned. We have some crops that take a lot of space and they take a lot of time to grow. So like your cauliflower, your broccoli, your cabbages, your Brussels sprouts, things like that, they take a long time. So what I'm going to do, and they also take a lot of space. So what I'm going to do is what they call a catch crop, where you go ahead and plant something that's not going to take a very long time that you can hurry up and harvest before your other stuff starts to get in the way. So those are going to be like your collards, your lettuces, things like that, which we definitely eat a lot of. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to let you guys get back to what you're doing. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for supporting us. If you have any suggestions, or there's a specific type of collard or mustard or something that you just really like to grow, I would love to hear that if you'll put that down in the comments. And I thank you for stopping by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless and have a nice day.